This is going to be one of my favorite classes I have ever done. I am a really big fan of Planeswalkers. I'm not really liking what they've been doing with them in the last few sets, but I understand why. Planeswalkers have been around for such a long time and they're getting a bit out of hand and people are forgetting about them and they just keep reprinting more and more. So that's why they pretty much went, we're going to get rid of a large chunk of them and we're still on. Is this like Planeswalker still a Planeswalker or are they a normal creature? So if you haven't guessed by now, this class is all about Planeswalkers, but not just any Planeswalkers. These are certain Planeswalkers that can be played as your commander. Now you're probably thinking, last week's class was about Flipwalkers that can also be your commander. No. This class, this week, is solely about the little text box that says, this Planeswalker can be your commander. So I'll be going over all of them, giving my thoughts and opinions of them overall, and then asking questions like, what's your favorite one? Have you ever played it and stuff like that? Giving my thoughts and opinions on Commander Planeswalkers overall, and then that is this class done. But before I go any further, a word from our sponsors. The sponsor of this video is me. I have started an Etsy page where I'm going to try and be selling clothes that I've designed, thought would be funny, thought would be cool, thought would be amazing on people's bodies. So I literally spent maybe a month or two looking at different resources and stuff to come up with the nicest clothes I could possibly find, with the coolest designs that I have done myself, with stuff like playmats, hoodies, t-shirts. I'm going to try and do phone cases. They're harder than I thought, but I do think that it is a really good thing to actually put into. So if you would like to help me out or help the channel out, please go onto my Etsy. It will be linked down below and you'll be able to find very nice clothing and also be supporting the channel. So links down below, and also if there's any other designs, I will be putting on any of my social media, so please follow me there as well. Now that's done, I'm going to be talking about what is a Commander Planeswalker. Pretty much it is a Planeswalker that you're able to use the color identity of it to make your deck. It says on the box, somewhere on the card, usually at the bottom, this Planeswalker can be your commander. The color on the Planeswalker shows what cards you're allowed to put inside the deck. So for example, there is monocolor, dual and tricolor Planeswalker commanders. When it comes to these, you can only put in the colors that are designed on the card. So there's no 4 or 5 from the top of my head Commander Planeswalkers, so the most you can have in one deck is technically 3 colors, but most people forget about colors cards, so there's 4. Maybe one day they might put in a 4 or 5 color Planeswalker. So far that I know of, there is only 1. Now when it comes to this, I know there is also other Planeswalkers that you're able to play as your commander, but this is solely focused on the ones with that text. If you want, there is a previous video where I talk about other Planeswalker cards that can also be your commander. But now as the commanders you can play cards just like Aminatu the Fate Shifter, Commander Guff, Doretti Scrap Sovant, Dihada Binder of Wills, Elmister, Estrid the Masked, Fraley's Leona War's Fury, Jared Cathalion, Jeska Thrice Reborn, Lord Winggrace, Minx and Boo Timeless Heroes, Nahiri the Lithomancer, Obnixilence of the Black Oath, Rowan Kenrith, Will Kenrith, Saheeli the Gifted, Sivatri Dragon Master, Tasha the Witch Queen, Teferi Temporal Archmage, Taviset Doom of Fools. One of my favourite things of having a Planeswalker as a commander is the fact that it is pretty much a very, not impossible or not that hard, but when it comes to these as commanders, the abilities pretty much say how you can build the deck. And the good thing about this is that if you have a focus that you want to do on the deck and there's a Planeswalker, you're able to pretty much have that in your command zone and be able to get it every time, plus the 2 command attacks. I like commanders that have a certain this is how you build it, and I like, personally, I always try and build outside of that, and you can do that with these. But the fact that these Planeswalker cards pretty much just go, this is how you build me, it's really good for new players. I also like that over the years they went from monocolor to dual color to tricolor, and now they're adding Wooburg and possibly even more in the future. Now that you know every single Planeswalker that you can play as your commander, but you still don't feel that there is enough, I have made a previous video on Flipwalkers, is linked right here. I have a playlist of all the commander classes I've made here, and a subscribe button here, and I'm really enjoying these videos and I'm really appreciating the love, and I will see you all in the next class.